Hi everyone, welcome back to the site. I'm the Professor. So this week I've had quite a few requests through the comments, and please keep putting comments in the videos. I really enjoy reading them and I'll answer every single one, I promise. One in particular from Innovation Frontier Technology, asking about possible side hustles and things you can do with AI. Well, since I started this channel, I've created a blog, I've created a website, I've created a book. And so what I thought I would do is to take you step by step how to produce a book and then publish it on Amazon KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing, and go through it step by step, setting it up using three tools: ChatGPT, Canva, and MidJourney. Let's get into it. By the end of this video, you will be able to follow along with me and produce your own book, whether it's for just your own fun or whether you actually want to make some money, make a side hustle. I've produced this book over a weekend and the video along the same time. I think starting from scratch without having to make a video, I think I could probably do what you will see today in approximately 3 hours, and I'm not super fast at it. So just gives you a sense of how much investment of time to go from an idea to having a book published on Amazon. Okay, so the first thing to do is to create our story. So I've written a prompt for ChatGPT, create me a short story for a 25-page book. The story is about a ginger-haired boy called Joel. It should have a start, middle, and end. The story should have some sort of dilemma or adventure about it, and it's targeted at children between 3 and 5 years, so keep it simple. See what we get. So it's given me a title for the book, Joel and the Magical Forest Adventure. Page 1, once upon a time, a ginger-haired boy named Joel. He loved exploring the woods near his home. Every day he'd find new bugs, shiny rocks, and secret paths. And it goes on. Page 4. Brings in a new character called Max. Max is a dog. We might change the dog's name. To walking for a little while, Joel came to a clearing, glowing tree with golden leaves. Joel had never seen anything like it. Wow. Don't touch the tree. Small squirrel. So we've got another character there called Nutty, forest squirrel. Tree is special, magic and powerful. Joel was curious. Joel stepped back. Okay, so we have our story, the end. Joel and Max returned home. Fantastic. So we're going to use MidJourney to create the images. So first thing, create a prompt for MidJourney to create a character called Max. Create the character. Fluffy, playful dog with soft golden brown fur, wagging tail, slightly oversized. So now we need to create Nutty, the squirrel. Create a prompt for MidJourney to create the character called Nutty. Small, energetic squirrel, soft, bushy fur with a mix of chestnut brown and golden hues. Okay, so now I need all the backgrounds. I've got the characters, and I've already created Joel, and you'll see that in a few minutes. Create a set of prompts for MidJourney to create the backgrounds for each of the 25 pages you have described. I'll add in the characters later. So now I want 25 different prompts. Page 3, 4, 5, 6. I should end up with 25 prompts that will beautifully prompt MidJourney to create the backgrounds for my pictures. Takes a little bit of time. Now, interestingly, it puts the characters in there. So we might need to just change up the prompts so that we don't get the characters in the prompts and we just get the backgrounds. Okay, so here we are in MidJourney, and I have copied and pasted the prompt that ChatGPT gave us: a fluffy, playful dog with soft golden brown fur and a wagging tail. Max has bright, friendly eyes that sparkle with curiosity. He's a medium-sized with perky ears that stand up when he's excited. His paws are slightly oversized, giving him a puppy-like appearance. He wears a simple red collar with a small golden tag. Max's expression is one of constant joy and loyalty as he stands ready for adventures in a lush, magical forest background. His fur shines in the sunlight and his tail is always bright and wagging with excitement. See what we get. Pictures of Joel there below. I've created a whole load of Joels doing different things. This is my character here. Joel, angry, is a bit sunburnt in this one. Here is the dog. I think I like this one in particular. He looks so. I'm going to just change this prompt because I want him to look a little bit different. So I'm going to use the image, and I'm going to make him the character reference so that we don't start changing the character, and the style reference as well. Maybe we have to, and style. Yeah. So I've created a prompt to say, make him a bigger dog. So using the same image, and the same style, with golden curly hair. His legs are a bit too big for his body, and that makes him a bit clumsy, which is, to be honest, a bit more like the dog I had in mind. See what we get. So again, we've got some very photorealistic dogs here. Beautiful, beautiful dog. We want a cartoony one to go with Joel. Here his legs don't look too big for his body. Some different options. I think I probably like this one. Yeah. I think the fur is not as curly as I would want. Style and image. Okay, so I have created a new prompt to try and get this character as good as it can be. Make her fur really curly. Give her a pink necktie rather than a collar. She has a curly, hairy face too. Her name is Daisy and she is female. And what I'm going to do is to push the variety up a little bit to see if that helps us to get some different pictures. So we've got the necktie and we've got the curly, and she looks a bit more female. It's quite nice that they've made it female. We want to use this image. Just wonderful. You just keep reworking these pictures. I like this one. I like the color of this one, surprisingly. Okay, so we've got the picture of the dog to work from. Now we will create the squirrel. And what I'm going to do is paste the squirrel in and Nutty, and what I'm going to do is just make sure that we have this image here. Use it as a style guide so that we get the same style for the image of Nutty. Let's see what we get. Okay, we've got our squirrel, same sort of style, and I think this would be great. I like this one here, nice big eyes, and I think we can work with that. Okay, so let's create the first background, and as you know, we asked ChatGPT to create us a prompt, cozy cottage. So this is for Joel's house, Joel's home. Cozy cottage with a wooden fence nestled near a peaceful forest. The sun is shining, casting a warm light on the grassy yard with flowers blooming. The trees stand tall at the forest edge in the background, and the dirt path leads to the woods. I'm creating everything in square at the moment, but as you'll see later, I'll be able to change it into landscape, stretching it out, changing any of the parts of the picture that are not quite right, and I can use MidJourney to do that. Okay, so we've got a house. I like this one with the vibrant flowers. Let's have a look. That gives us our first scene for Joel and Daisy to be in, and we'll use this style. Paste in sunny forest path. Sunlight filters through the green leaves, casting a dappled shadow on the ground. Birds can be seen flying overhead, and the path winds gently into the heart of the forest. And what we want to do is use this as a style prompt so that we've got the same style. See what we get. And there we go. We've got a path as requested, sun coming through, dappled forest floor, lots of flowers. That'll do me for number 2. Okay, let's go and set up our book. I'll carry on doing all the other backgrounds in the background. Let's get on with making the book. So here we are on the KDP Amazon.com, and then we're in the help center, and we're going to go to format your paperback. You have to set the trim size and margins, create the front, body and back matter, and then you save them manuscript. But we're going to jump all the way down, and we're going to look at, there's some nice videos here. They're really useful on how to format things. And what we need to do is go to set the size of your trim size, bleed and margins. That's the first thing. And so there's lots of videos on here. You can watch them and it will take you through them. I'm going to do it here. But the key thing is to make sure that you get the right size of your book and the right margins. Now, there are two ways of printing a book. There is no bleed, and that leaves, as you can see, like a gap around the page. And then there is bleed, which takes your images right to the edge of the page. And obviously we're looking at a children's book, and it really makes a difference if you bleed everything. So as far as we're concerned, for this book, we're looking at bleed, and you can see some examples here. So when you are bleeding the image, it goes right to the edge, so you can overlap it. But there are a series of margins that you have to put in, because any pictures, any text that you put in must sit inside those margins, or they might get cut as the book is printed. We go down here. So first thing we want to do is to say, what is the page count? And as you saw, I said the page count will be 25. That's the 24 is the minimum that you can do, and you can go up to 828, and it gives you the margins that you need to be. And so take note of these. 0.375 inches or 9.6 millimeters are the outside margins with the bleed. So that's the one we're interested in. I'll make a note of that. That gives you your margins. So now we have to work out what size of book we want. And as you can see, there is a page size without bleed, page sizes with bleed, large trim sizes. So you can have different sizes of book. I think we're going to go for the biggest book that we can. So that's 8.625 by 8.75 inches. 8.625 by 8.75 inches. And we'll use that in Canva to create our book size. Okay, here we are in Canva, and we're going to set up our book. So first thing you do is create a design, and we want a custom size. And if you remember, we got the details from Amazon KDP. So very important, change it to inches, because that's what it came in. And we have a width of 8.625. We have a height of 8.75. And what we're doing now is creating the inside of our book. So now we need to set up the margins. Now, as you can see on my Canva, then there are no margins showing, which is always annoying. So if you want to get your margins, you do Shift and R to get your rulers. And then you can move, as you can see, I've got rulers on both sides. You can move your rulers into create margins. And we know that the margin needs to be 0.375. So perhaps we'll start with the top one and see if we can get it in. So that's 0, 0.1, 0.03, oh, gone too far, 0.376. It's better to be a bit more than a bit less, and actually helps if you make the screen you make the screen a bit bigger, then you can see what you are doing. Now, I think Canva is going to sort this out so that you can just type in what margins you want, but it's not there yet. So we have to use this slightly odd system of setting the margins. As I said, I cannot believe that Canva won't sort this out, but here we go. So the next thing you do is you go to Elements, you create a shape, put it in there. Now, what you want to do is create a shape that is, just move it into here, that fits like a square perfectly into there. So that's sitting in your margin, and you know that it is the size of the margin. Yeah, it goes right to the edge of the page. That's helpful. Okay, so now you can copy that and paste it. You know it's the right size. Select it, move it down to the bottom, and then you can select this again and take it just straight down to there, and it will make sure that it's the same height. And then you can copy it again, and this time move it to the edge and bring in this margin to there, and then you can copy it again, take it to the far edge, and then bring this margin across. And there we have margins set as required by Amazon KDP. It's a faff, no doubt, but it is a pretty sensible way of doing it. So you can just go in and just delete all of these, and you know that you've got the margin set in the right place. Okay, so back into Canva, we've got our first picture, which is Joel's house. First thing to do is to upscale it, make sure it's high quality. Let's just go into the editor, and we want it probably to be 16 by 9. So create 16 by 9, submit, and what it will do is keep that picture, but it will fill out these areas either side. There it goes. It's kept that picture. It's filling it out, and I can choose which one I want. I quite like this one with all the pictures, with all the bigger flowers. I'm going to upscale again just to make sure it's as crisp as it can be. It is arty, and I'm going to download it. It is actually square. I don't need the with those, but anyway, let's just upload it into Canva. There we go. I've got my first picture, and I can grow it, and there we are. There's my first picture on my first page of Joel's house. Let's start adding in our characters. So I think for this one, we have Joel and Daisy in the picture. Back in Canva, here's my picture of Joel that I think I might want to use. I've got loads of them. I've created a folder of Joel doing lots of different things. Let's have a look. See, look, here's all running and jumping and sitting and eating, slightly different formats, but I think I might use this one first. And so upload this one. It's my picture of Joel, and I jump into Canva and I can bring in my picture of Joel. Now, obviously, he's got a background. That doesn't work. So we go into background remover. It'll take the background out. AI working, and there's Joel beautifully in the picture. Maybe he's just come across his fence like that. And we have, and now we need to add in Daisy. Okay, so this is the version of Daisy I'm quite keen to use. But obviously it cuts her legs off. So what we have to do, if we drag here, we're actually zooming out and then submit. And what it should do is fill in, well, I hope it will fill in Daisy's legs. I expect it won't, hopefully it won't just put Wellington boots on her. And there she is. Some of those legs are not great, are they? It's gone a bit weird. This one, she looks like a kangaroo. This one is the closest, I think, but perhaps not quite what we want. Let's try again. It's always fun. Go down to Daisy's legs. We want this one. We want to use this as an image. What we want to do is go into the editor, give it so much scope, and we're going to take the chaos down to 0. Yeah, down to 0. Let's see if that helps us. It shouldn't give us quite such a weird Daisy. That's a bit better. This one, I think, is probably the one I want. I like that. And then I'm going to upscale it, make sure it's good quality, maybe twice. And then I'm going to download, go into Canva, and let's bring Daisy into the scene. There she is. We've got to select that, remove the background, and let's make sure she is the right height. Joel and Daisy in the forest. Now we need to add in some text. So I've copied the text from ChatGPT. Once upon a time, there's a ginger-haired boy named Joel. He loved exploring the woods near his home. Every day he'd find new bugs, shiny rocks, and secret paths. So we can add in text, and we can add it in here as a heading. Let's just delete this text and then paste in our text. We want it perhaps up here. Black's not working really for this picture, so do we want it? Let's see whether white works. We can obviously change the font. White, better, and center it. And what we might do is increase its font size. There we go. Now, as you can see, it's going over the bleed lines, so that's no good. We need to make sure it stays well within the bleed lines. Move it up to the top. Now, because we've got dark and light here, it might mean that this doesn't work particularly well. What I might do then is I'm a bit concerned about the amount of writing, but also is the writing able to be seen. So what I'm going to do is add in an element. I'm going to add in a shape. And put a shape behind it, and then change its color to black, and then increase its transparency so you can still see through, but it makes the words pop. And here we go. I have been through all my book and created 25 pages. You see, in some areas I used this one. It looks like I need to make the box a bit bigger that goes around. So let's have a look at the position, look at layers. This box in particular, you see it doesn't quite make it down to there, so I'm just going to drag it down. And you just go through your pages. There we go. Once in the afternoon, grab this backpack. We've seen that one. You notice something strange, the bright light deep inside the forest. Saw a shining light. They found a special tree with golden leaves. Might do is just move Joel up a little bit here and move Daisy up a little bit. Sometimes you have to go to the layers just to select them. I've got Daisy stood behind Joel, and then I can move this text up a little bit. Magical tree. And then we get our squirrel, Nutty. We have a conversation. I'm Nutty, the forest squirrel. Very special. It's magic and powerful. What kind of magic does it have? So here again, as you can see, I've just jumped a little bit below my margins, so I'm just going to push these up. Some of the leaves started to fall. You can see the falling leaves here. Joel's worried. We have to stop the leaves from falling. Nutty agreed. You and Max can help me gather, but we must be quick. I'm just going to move that text up a bit again because it's close to the margin. So they began running around collecting the leaves. See, Joel's got a leaf there. Just going to move him up again. Make sure he doesn't fall below the margin. Went to catch as many as they could. See, this is the same picture as this one. I've just flipped it. So in Canva, you can just select the picture and you can flip horizontally and face them the other way. So by using the same picture that I created in MidJourney, I can use it multiple times in the picture and it doesn't look the same. They get to the end, just when they thought they'd saved all the leaves, one last golden leaf started to fall. Here's the errant leaf. Joel reached out, but the leaf was too far away. Oh no, he cried. What's going to happen? Daisy caught the leaf, just in time. Joel and Nutty cheered. Did it, Daisy? Nutty smiled. You saved the forest. Thank you, Joel and Daisy. Golden tree stopped glowing as brightly, but stayed beautiful. Joel knew the forest was safe. Let's come back and visit you again. And then they got home, knowing they'd had a magical adventure and helped save the forest. And there's the book. And you can look at all the book pages like that. And so the next thing to do is to save your book. So this is the internal bit of the book. We're going to do the cover next. So this is the internal bit of the book. So you go to share and you go to download and you want to select download PDF for printing. Then you want to flatten your PDF, and you've got RGB, or CMYK. I would select CMYK and then download. And that's your file downloaded of the inside of your book. Okay, back in the Kindle Direct Publishing, the KDP help file, what you want to do is get to the help area that says create a paperback cover. Select that, and then there's some videos you can watch, but if you want to go down, you can go to this cover calculator and template generator. So here we go. It's a paperback, interior, premium color, paper type, white paper, reading direction, left to right, measurement units, inches, interior trim size. Now we know we've created the largest book, 8.5 by 8.5, and we know we've got 25 pages. It calculates your dimensions, and it gives you the full cover. And of course, it's double. It goes all the way round with the obvious height. And then the front cover of 8.5, 8.5. So first of all, we need to set up this document here in Canva. Let's go and do that. Create a new design, custom size. Don't forget the inches. If you end up with pixels, you can end up with something very odd. So as it said, we told them how many pages we've got. So we want 17.309 and we want a height of 8.75. Create a new design. Perfect. So we've got our design. Now we go back to KDP and we can go download a template, and it will download a template here. Downloads a template for us and it gives us a zip file. So let's open the zip file. Let's extract all. Here we go. We've got our extracted files. And what I'm going to do is just drag those files into Canva. We've got our picture set up, and I'm just going to drag the PNG file into Canva, and there we go. Now this is very helpful. So if you just pop this into the top left hand corner, you should be able to drag this out. Because we've set it up, it should fit absolutely perfectly, and it does. And there we have our cover, our front cover and our back cover for the picture. And what we'll do is we'll remove this template before we finish. And just one thing to note, that this yellow area here, a barcode will be put onto the book. So you can't put anything important that goes over that barcode. Otherwise you won't be able to see it. So we've set up our cover front and back. It wraps around with our back barcode. Let's go and find a suitable picture to put on our cover. So jumping into MidJourney again, I'm going to select a cover. We probably want a cover of the tree. And what we want to do is expand it out so that it covers, so that we get more detail, so we can put it across both sides of the cover. So we're going to edit in. And what we're going to do, we probably want this bit in the front. So we're going to zoom out, don't worry too much, and hopefully it will fill in this area, which will end up being the back, and this will be the front. I might go even a little bit further, just pull it down a little bit, just so we get more picture to use on that front cover. Now let's submit that. I must say, as I was doing all the pictures for the book, I ran out of fast minutes on MidJourney and had to purchase a few more. I think it cost me £4 to purchase another couple of hours of fast minutes to allow me to keep delivering the images that I wanted. Let's see what we get. I do like this because here what we get is it's filling out the edges of the picture, giving us some interesting extra detail. Here it's given it some extra light, which might be quite nice on the back of the book. It seems to have created almost two pictures here, which is not great. Maybe still working. And here there's another tree. Maybe I like this one. So we've got the light and we've got another tree. Jump into Canva, drag this picture in, pop it up there. It can go over the edge. There we go. We just send this one to the back. Line it to the page, layer, send backwards. So we don't, it's in front of this. So actually this one, what I'm going to do is make this bit transparent. There we go. So we can still see where our borders are. I'm going to delete it, but we can see where our borders are, and we can see where our barcode will be, and we can fit everything in within the picture. So next thing to do is put some text in. So we've decided to call this Joel and the Magical Forest Adventure. So let's make it bigger. We can have it even bigger on the front of the book. Joel, and do we like that text? It's the same text we've used in the rest of the book. And then we might want to let's just duplicate this, put something at the bottom. So if you drag him in, it will become the background. If you click him, he'll just appear in there. You can remove his background. There we go. He goes behind the area, and we probably need to put Daisy in as well as his best mate. She's facing the wrong way, so we might just flip Daisy so she's facing Joel. Okay, I fiddled around a little bit. I think I'm a little bit happier now. As you can see, I've still got you can still see the background, but if I take the transparency right down, now we're getting to, you can sort of see what the actual book will look like. Bring it up just to make sure that everything's within the margins. It will bleed out to the edge, but I've actually put Nutty on the back cover and Daisy and Joel on the front cover. Okay, so for the back, what we're going to do is we're going to put a frame in there, and then let's just size the frame here, and then just duplicate it so it's exactly the same size. Spread them out. What we might do is just spread them out, make sure that they are evenly spaced. They are. And what I'll do here is put some pictures. I'll move this one across a little bit, and then just make sure that they're all appropriately spaced. Yeah. And what I'm going to do here is drag a picture of the inside of the book into these areas. So go to your picture. Let's pick this one, share it, download. Can be a PNG file. That is fine. Select the pages. You don't want all 25 pages. You just want page 1. So that's done. And then download. And then once it's downloaded, take a little bit of time. Here we go. And you can just drag it into your picture. And then if you drag it into select the frame, drag it into the frame, it will snap in. There it goes. I know it would. And obviously we get a bit of opportunity to put some writing on the back. So I'm going to do that next. Okay, so I've put my back in. I've reduced the transparency just so I can see it all. Happy with my title. Got my ages 3+. I've added in the leaf, the magic leaf. I've popped Nutty at the back a bit. Let me just check that nothing is going over the barcode. No, the barcode will sit there nicely. Look, nothing is over the barcode. Everything is within the limits. Cool. So now, certainly something to remember before you save it and upload it. You need to get rid of this template. If you don't, when you upload it, it will be rejected by Amazon. I know, because that happened to me. So go in here and just delete it so it no longer exists. And now you can share, download. I'm going to call this Joel the Magic Adventure cover. Download, and you want to download it in the same way. So PDF for printing, flatten the PDF, CMYK, download. And there you've got your cover and your internal bit for your book. And we're going to go back into Amazon KDP and show you how to publish it. There we go. We've got our 2 files. We've got our inside book, which is the top file here, and we've got our cover. So let's go into Amazon KDP and publish our book. All right, back into Amazon KDP, and we want to create a book, and it gives you a choice: ebook, paperback, hardcover, series page. So we're going to create a paperback. The language is English. The book title. Okay, so I put my book title in, Joel and the Magical Forest Adventure. The subtitle is A Journey to Save an Enchanted Tree. Is your book part of a series? It's not. It's the first one I've done in this series. So next time, if I do another Joel book, then I can add it to the series. Don't have to worry about the edition number. The author, so is the professor. No contributors. And I need a description for my book. Okay, let's jump back into ChatGPT. So this is where I wrote my book, if you remember. This is where I got my idea from. I've changed it a bit as I've gone through, obviously changed the characters a bit. But let's now say, write me up to 400 words description for this book that is SEO optimized. So SEO is about search engine optimization. So it means that it can be optimized. And here we go. Joel, Magical Forest Adventure, heartwarming children's book. I will need to have a look. I'll need to go through and change it. It's giving me lots. Obviously, max doesn't work anymore, so I need to go through and change all the maxes to daisies, but it's given me my up to 4,000 words to put into Amazon KDP. So let's copy that and do that now. Jump into Amazon KDP and press, didn't want that, paste, not print. There we go. And it's over the word. It was last time as well. I'm not quite sure why, but I will go through and edit and get it under I need to lose 578 words, which I will do. And I'll get back to you. 1 second. Okay, well, I need to do quite a lot of editing. I wasn't 500 words over. I was 4,500 words over. So I've cut it down quite significantly, but I've got an overview. I've got the themes and values and who it's right for. Okay. I own the copyright. Yes, I do. There's no sexually explicit images in the book. Reading age, choose the youngest reading age. So minimum, I think, is probably 3. And you don't need to select a maximum. Going on Amazon.com. You can actually put it on lots of different Amazons, but we'll sort it out for Amazon.com. And then you have to choose your categories. We want children's books. Action adventure. Okay, so we select children's books and then you get a subcategory. And I think we would want to go with mysteries, growing up, geography and cultures, fairy tales, fantasy, save categories. Okay, so we've got that. And then we have an opportunity to put up to 7 keywords, highlighting the book's unique traits. And once again, I can get ChatGPT to help me with that. Good at this sort of thing. Give me 7 keywords that will optimize SEO for this book. Here we go. Children's adventure books, preschool story books, books about teamwork, children's books about nature. All I have to do is copy that into my areas. Yeah, paste. I'll go ahead and do all of that. Okay, so I've added all those in nice and quick for you anyway. Publication date and release date are the same. Release my book for sale now. Now, it does take some time to go through the process of being agreed by Amazon, but you might as well just have it the same. Oh, entering a reading age, select both a minimum and maximum. So let's just go up here, minimum 3. A maximum of 16, just for Joel, really. So, who is a real baby, and I want to read to him. Okay, so now we get to the, we're still going through the paperback content. So it says get a free ISBN number, or you could be registered for an ISBN number. I'm not, but so I will get a free one. It will assign one to it. Makes it all look very professional. And then the print options, black and white interior with black and white paper. So we want a premium color interior with white paper. We have the size, and we know we have to select a different size, and we went for the biggest size possible, 8.5 by 8.5, if you remember. And we have bleed, and we want a glossy finish. Now I get the lovely job of uploading the manuscript. So first of all, it's the internal one. So that is this one, and it will upload time. Quite a big file. Save successful. And then upload my cover. I've already got it. So upload your cover file. There we go. Joel Magic Forest cover. I suggest it hadn't. There we go. It's got there eventually. Amazon's collecting information about the use of artificial intelligence. So let's be true about all of this. So for the text, yes, some sections I used Chat GPT. The images, many AI generated images with minimum or no, and I used MidJourney, and maybe I'll put Canva in here as well, and then none in terms of not done any translations. And then you can launch the previewer, and it will let you have a look at the book and see if it's right. You need to check that it's right before you press go in terms of actually uploading the book. Come back when it's working. So once you've gone through the previewer, sorry, I did it off camera, which is a bit frustrating. So you go through the previewer, check that it's all okay, and press OK, and then you are back to here and your book is there. You just check that everything is all right. Manuscript's there, cover uploaded successfully. I've done my bit there. Let's just see if we can go into the preview again just to show you what it should do. Just takes a couple of seconds to upload. And here's the preview of the book. You can go through, prove the book. I'm not happy with this one, you see, because it's not quite right. It's not quite covered. So that is page 14. It's not quite good enough. I'm going to exit the previewer. I'm going to go back and upload my manuscript again. So make the changes to that particular picture, save it, then upload it again. Okay, let's now move on to the next stage. So we've got our ISBN. We've decided what our paper color should be, the size. We've worked out that we want to have bleed. We've chosen a glossy paperback cover finish. Put up the manuscript. Remember, I had to check it twice, and I've uploaded it now with a new manuscript where I've made the corrections. We've got our cover uploaded. We told it about our AI generated content. We did the preview, and at the bottom now it gives us a summary of what we've done, and over here it tells us what the printing costs are in the various currencies for the various bits of Amazon. Save successfully. Fantastic. So this now takes you on to the paperback rights and publishing area. So I've got all territories, worldwide rights. So that's fantastic. Primary marketplace, amazon.com.au. It's the biggest, so why not? And then what we have to do is work out a price. So we don't want AU, do we? Or amazon.com. Why that is? Maybe I selected it incorrectly earlier on. It doesn't matter. It's going to be on amazon.com. So it is minimum price £10.70, maximum 350 quid, $350. So what you should do here is go through and find out what both the prices are and the of similar items on the book. So we jump into Amazon. You want to sort of price it, I guess, in any of those. To amazon.co.uk. All right, we want children's books age 3 to 4 years, and they're priced in the UK about £8.50, £7.60, £7.51. Kindle edition £7.51. So between £7 and £8, £6.50. Hardcover £10, £10, 18, £4. Probably quite a small book. I want really between £6 and £10. Okay, so what we probably need to do is make the Australian one, because then all the other prices will work. So we know that it costs about £6.25 in Australia. So what we might do is go for $12.50 to make. $6.42 printing costs, list price. So as you can see, GST in Australia is added on. So you might want to take it down to £13, $13.49. So just do a little bit of a fiddle around, giving us our price here. Look, in the UK, you can alter the prices. So I know it's not far off, about £6.50. So we will go for let's have a look at 12. What $12 gives us? $13.20. It's always a little bit of a fiddle. T5. Yeah, there. That'll do. $12.25. And then you just go down. So in the US, if you're in the US and you want to buy it, it'll cost you $8.32. What I might do is just put that, because there's no VAT added on, I'll just make that $8.49. In the UK, $6.34. So that includes VAT. It's always easier when the VAT is included. 49, $7.58, and so this is including VAT. So we might go to, for the Germans, for euros, $7.98. See what we get. 54. So let's maybe go to 23. There we go. Perfect. In France, French version of VAT, slightly different. So we might just drop that cent, and then you get all the way to the end and you get to publish your paperback. You can also request a proof of the book. You get sent a copy. There we go. There's the Australian version of the book. There's my book. I have ended up doing it in, this one's in US dollars. I must have made a mistake when I selected the initial one. It doesn't matter. It's in Australia. That's fine. So as you can see, it's under review. And it usually takes a couple of days for it to come back. And then as soon as the review has accepted it, it becomes live and it's available on Amazon. All right, there we go. We've got our book. I've developed the book using ChatGPT, then MidJourney to create the pictures, put it into Canva, upload it, get it all set up, and put it out onto Amazon KDP. And in a few days, that book will be live. I'll make sure I put the link to the book down below. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell, and you'll hear about other videos as they come out. And if you're interested in creating a book, I would suggest that you look at this video here, where you'll find out all about using MidJourney and how you can create amazing images. I'll see you soon. I've been the Professor. Goodbye.